Welcome to the Kimberly Cloud Show. I'm your host, Kimberly Cloud. Wow. Before I get started, I would like to pray for all those out there, foreign and domestic, benevolent, foreign and domestic, and the ones that aren't benevolent with ulterior motives. May they change their lives and wake up. You see, Albert Einstein created this big equation in search for a shorter version, not about 1 inch long, of how to read the mind of God. Now, physicist Michio Kaku, he's been blowing up even more than he has before. I've been seeing him everywhere, or maybe YouTube is putting it on my feed. He said that they found this equation. So I said, okay. So I related to my prayers. You can do all that talking and explanation. But to say God bless everybody and mean it, very short. And I elaborated the non-benevolent ones. May they wake up and go right. Simple, right? Didn't have to take a knee, even though it's tradition. But it's potent. I remember, y'all, I used to sit in high school. No, let's go all the way back because we're easing into the program right now. I was at a daycare. I'm surprised I was even at a daycare, knowing how poor we were. But I was at some daycare, after school daycare, probably funded by the government. And I used to love eating those graham crackers, those cinnamon graham crackers. And a song came on, Feliz Navidad. And I'm like, what is this? I didn't know it translates into Merry Christmas, but I liked the song. I was all of 4 or 5 years old. That was my first taste of Spanish. Yeah, I don't even think I learned Spanish over elementary school, or I didn't even do high school until I got to high school in Maryland after my mother passed. But let me explain to you something about that. So, yes, I'm going to be honest with y'all. Y'all going to, when you talking to me, I'm going to be purely honest. I have nothing to sugarcoat. So I used to do drugs. Let's just say green. I like green. And I used to smoke it. But I managed to graduate my last 12th, 11th, and 10th grade. You understand how I say that? Because I had to take 9 classes in order to graduate on time. I was between 9th, 10th, 11th, and 12th grade because of how I tested in. Because I was in homeschool. I knew some 9th grade material, some 10th grade material, some 11th grade material, and some 12th grade material. So I took 9 classes. But I managed to find time to work at Friendly's part-time, smoke a joint a lot, and go through dysfunction. And ended up on the delayed entry program with Chief. He was an Air Force, a retired Air Force. He was black. And there was another black guy. I just don't remember his name. But the black guy that I remember, both of them I remember, one dark skin, one light skin, was Chief Killebrew. They put me on the delayed entry program for the Army. So I had all that I was juggling and going from school from 9 to 4:30. And this is kind of during the time when post 9/11 happened. Well, when 9/11 happened. I saw it all. I saw the Pentagon burning from my school. I was at Fort Washington. I was scared for the Pentagon. But to get the Spanish, I would sit in my classroom scared to even learn anything in Spanish because we all had it, both white, black, and Hispanic, class clowns that take over the class and the weak teachers that allow them to. So they clowning the teacher. I'm not clowning them. I'm just like, I want to learn. Get this 30, 45 minutes over with. You see how I am now. And they clowning her. Same with Mrs. Gupta. I remember her name. She was geometry. They fighting in the class. They play fighting in the class. I'm trying to learn geometry. You sitting right in Maryland, the most place that have the most math, the place that they landmarked this country with, the District of Columbia, and you fighting in class. So you got students that aren't applying themselves. That's all they know. And I'm trying to learn. Same with algebra, 2 or whatever algebra I was in. That really took a toll. I passed by the hairs on my chinny chin chin because it wasn't the weed. It was always the environment. I don't want to see that. I never want, I would just go mute. I disassociate. But my heart was so disgusted at the shit I had to tolerate. So I never got to really learn Spanish. So this is preschool Spanish. I wish I can create a 10,000 plus word document. One day they'll allow it, but LinkedIn only allows 3,000 words, and the rest of the population, possibly exception Instagram, 5,000 or less words. So I had to keep it short and simple. So let's read from script, from Facebook script, not LinkedIn, because I kind of cut it down a little bit. Oh, I did it again. Wait. Did I do it here? Oh, I did it again. Because I be transferring stuff, I'm a little ashamed again. I can close this out real quick. Let's see how I can do this. Bear with me, y'all. How I'm gonna do this. Bear with me. I don't like that. Right here, so. And now save. Bear with me. Let me save this. Should work. Bam! Updated version. Perfect. Like I said prior, and we ease into the segment. Welcome guests, followers, and supporters to the Kimberly Cloud Show. I don't know what is wrong with my chat GPT. I read it. Oh, I read it. But I don't know why they keep going on. I never said tonight. I never said tonight. But it's tonight overseas, so this is my words. Like partially. Like most of it is. Most of like 89%. But he rewrote it. I never said tonight, for the record. That's irking me. But it's tonight over in China. So tonight's show is about something different. This is a learning experience, not only for me, but hopefully for everyone watching. One thing that amazes me is that although I know basic Spanish, I truly And I truly admire and respect the Spanish speaking community and culture, especially when it's positive. You never want to hear a girl go off hatefully in Spanish. How can you get mad at that? I've seen it. You would just laugh. But when it's about love, family, world peace, music, history, emotion, and tradition, it makes you feel good. So, once again, let's just eat me alive. If you're over there in China, I don't know how to say thank you. Next, it'll be a show on you. I have to make sure I do this because I have something to do today at 2 p.m. my time, and I have to make sure I have it. Thank you so much, Ari Brish. I swear I want to interview you again. Lay an egg, get chicken soup. I think it is. So, yeah. Anyway, I love you guys. One reason I wanted to do this show is because of music. Not recently, probably a couple of months ago, I stumbled across her through Hasta Quando. Now, mind you, it says some controversial stuff that I don't agree on. However, 89, which is the magic word, percent, 80, 97% of the song is good. She just say two things that I had a problem, but everything else I don't go against because I see what she's saying. I hear what she's saying. She goes between English and Spanish, which is beautiful. And I try to keep up and I try to learn the curvature in the phrases she's saying, whether I know it or not. I mean, we always there are good people in Venezuela. Trump is saving them. There are good people in Cuba. Trump is saving them. There are good people in Iran. Trump is saving them. There's good people in Mexico. Trump is saving them. And that's her culture. And we don't take the time to learn, whether good or bad. I mean, yeah, they become Americanized, and you can tell when they mad. Even when they try, the best talkers that you would never know that is talking junk about you, I hate to say it, y'all deserve beyond the Oscar, is Asians. But you know, because Mexico in South America and other places that come over here and has been raised through immigration have our body language code. So you can tell when a Mexican is angry. You can even tell when Donald Trump is angry. You can definitely tell when I'm angry. It's the American way to wear our emotions on our sleeve. But he don't do it like me. He's very precise. But if you get under his skin, he will not even, this isn't a metaphor. Donald Trump will literally, lethally talk junk about you. And then it's even worse with him because he's spitting the truth. Sort of like why I do what I do. But Asians can be tricky. You know, you don't want to see them at a point where they curve in their face. It wouldn't look pretty. Not them personally, but I don't think that's a good situation. I saw on Cops before I move any further. There was this guy that got some of his teeth knocked out. He was part Asian, and it was by another Asian. And he had glasses on, and he said he took off his glasses. So he was just swinging everywhere. He had no emotion now that he got what he wanted. He had no emotion. Even the guy that got some teeth missing had no emotion. He was bloodied up. Xi Jinping has no emotion, really. I mean, but this time at the event, I saw more emotion. We're Americans, whether immigrants or not, good immigrants. We're Americans. We talk junk. If you've been born here, there's no way you don't have emotion. So yeah, I ended there. Okay, here we go. I recently began listening more closely, like I said, to Kali Uchis, and realized how talented she truly is. She writes and performs music in both English and Spanish, blending cultures together through emotion and storytelling. Honestly, I have not explored half of her work yet, but every time I find a new song by her, it just sounds just as good. It's like eating a new ice cream every 3 months. That's just right. But what I've heard already shows incredible creativity and artistry. The phrase that y'all done heard this song, if you are with me all the time, you've heard this song. I don't play it to taunt Spanish people. I play it because I like the music. If I truly hated all Spanish, I didn't care who they were, I would not listen to your music. I wouldn't even care to even know your language. This is a sticky situation for me to bring y'all up. But y'all may not have caught the news a couple of weeks ago. But Trump said it pays to learn Spanish. He think he'll check it out himself. Ingwa K angel translate to just like an angel. I probably said it wrong. Her music often focuses on love, emotion, vulnerability, confidence, and connection. Music is powerful. She chose the perfect stance. Music is powerful because it naturally teaches language, pronunciation, emotion, and culture all at once. Today, I'll just say today, we are also learning few basic preschool. This is preschool, and some of y'all probably already know it, I know. But like I said and explained earlier, I can't write everything down in 10,000 plus words. I don't even know. I direct ChatGPT to give me some things. But I know what hola mean. I know what gracias mean. I know what por favor mean. I know what familia mean. I didn't I should have known what amor mean. Action words, run, choreo. Uh, I'm speaking English. Eat, comore, comore. I wish I had a translator that can let me pronunciate that just right, because I know it's not pronounced like this, even with the uh comma. So dance, bailar, speak, hablar. I know that. Apple, manzana, manzana or manzana. Banana, platano. Orange, naranja. In Spanish, nouns also often have masculine or feminine forms. Friend, amigo, male, amiga, female. Boy, Nino, girl, Nina. Dang, they call Nino Brown a boy Brown. Because they didn't say, what about a man, a male? They still call it, I think they still call it Nino. I don't know. They just call it, uh, I have to know. I'll do that on my own. Now let's talk briefly about the Spanish language itself. I had to know. Spanish originated from Vulgar Latin and began developing on Iberian Peninsula, mainly is in what is now Spain. After the fall of the Roman Empire around 5th century, over time the language evolved into what now we recognize as modern Spanish. Today, Spanish is one of the most spoken languages in the world, with more than 500 million speakers globally. Now imagine that. There are almost 8 million, if not, I'm sorry, my apologies. Oh my God, I feel so stupid. I don't feel stupid, it's just a common error. 8 billion people. China housed almost 2 billion people. We housed almost 400 million people in America. So that's 500 million speakers. That is quite impressive. The spread of Spanish into the Americas began after Christopher Columbus arrived in the Caribbean in 1492 under the Spanish crown. Spanish settlers, explorers, missionaries, and migrants brought the language throughout Central America, South America, Mexico, and parts of North America. Over generations, Spanish became deeply connected to the culture, identity, faith, food, music, and family traditions across many nations. Learning Spanish today has many benefits. It can help people communicate with more communities. True. But you don't ever want to go to the bad part of Mexico City trying to saying, I speak their language now, going to shacks and broken down places, which I've seen on TV, talking about, ¿Qué pasa, amigo? Amiga? I don't think I want to do that. We're here now in Mexico City, where I have a bunch of Mexican people who speak definite Spanish. I want to use my skill to speak the same language. This isn't a diss. This is just being honest. You don't go to the hood. Trump will never go to the hood trying to he relates. Don't get me wrong. He can't help but relate. However, I wouldn't go to the hood. The people that live in the hood wouldn't be in the hood if they could help it. That's what I'm just saying. I'm just trying to make a joke about it. A love joke. You just don't go to the hood these days. Who goes there? Build stronger business relationships. That's very good. Yes, we got a lot of stuff coming in from Mexico. Travel more confidently. Yeah, yes. Understand music and entertainment. Yes, understand what they are talking about. Gain culture awareness. Yes, I have. Improve job opportunities. Yes, it will happen. Yeah, he's building all these tech jobs for people. So, and then build the technology so that people don't have to pick crops. I don't know about cotton because I never seen on USA Jobs, we have this job opening for picking cotton, $15 an hour. You get all the benefits in the world. They got machines for that, I think, now. And Jasmine Crockett is bringing up picking cotton. No one is picking cotton. Where incompetence? Where are they picking cotton? They don't have no documentaries on anyone, both black, definitely black. You know what? Pause. I gotta know. When was the last time a black or Hispanic picked cotton in great numbers? Or do machines do it now? This was years ago she was putting out this information. So I don't want to put my foot in my mouth. I could be wrong, but I have not seen a documentary on Fox News, CNN, anywhere with a bunch of people in FUBU outfits and that going Nike shoes picking cotton. 1900s, 1940s and 60s, when mechanical cotton pickers became a widespread. John Deere. Wow. So we haven't been picking cotton, which is pretty early. Hold on, let me read the whole thing. I'm reading numbers. Before machines became common, cotton picking in the South relied heavily on manual labor. After slavery ended in 1865, many Black Americans worked in cotton fields through sharecropping and tenant farming, especially from the late 1800s through the 1940s. Hispanic migrant labor also became important in part of Texas, California, and the Southwestern the early to mid 20th century. The biggest shift happened, we're in the 21st century now. Can you believe that? The biggest shift happened between 1940s and 1960s when mechanical cotton pickers became widespread. John Deere, 1970s to be exact. The largest cotton farms in the United States were using machines. So why would we go backwards? Tell me this. With all these machines being built, why would we go backwards? Yes, AI was in a hiatus during the 1970s, but machines now take the place with more better jobs for Black people and more openings for Black people. However, during the 1970s, a lot was going on. Okay, my next question before I go any further. Why did Jasmine Crockett lie then and say we Black people will be picking cotton again? And they bought it. That's why she's out of office. This is a lawyer. This is a lawyer who got her JD. And she don't know when cotton. I mean, she read these books. She had more access than me. I'm teaching my damn self. And Hispanic people will pick cotton. I want to know her metaphor. Her and that whole. I heard her say it with my own mouth. I heard her say it with my own mouth. This was not AI generated. I want to see it on YouTube. I know she said F. Elon Musk, and how did that get you? says Mexicans will be picking cotton. We need immigrants to pick cotton a year ago. How is that working out, Jasmine Crockett? That's what you said. I don't want to. Let me get off of YouTube. I'm not going to delete it, y'all. I have to know exactly how she said it. Because if I say it the wrong way, it'll be deemed as misinformation. Hold on.